Hi folks, John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for checking in. I'm here at Fort Backyard today. We're going to be doing a test and review on some fire starters. I thought I would do the responsible thing. For folks that don't know, we've had a bad drought out here on the West Coast for the past couple of years, and the woods is just a tinderbox. So the most responsible thing for me to do is just stay out of the woods with any sort of ignition source that's going to just start a huge wildfire. I do not want that. I like my woods playground. I love going up there. So the products we're going to be testing out today are items that were sent over from the great folks of Day One Gear. I'll leave a link to their website in the video description below. We're going to be talking about live fire, and we're going to be talking about FireCord. So I thought I would break these down. Hopefully I can approach this from a little bit different angle than everybody else is doing out there, so you can get a better understanding of this product. We'll cut away, we'll do a quick up close and personal look at these items, and then we'll get to doing some practical application the best we can here at Fort Backyard, and then I'll come back and give you some final thoughts on these two items and see how it may work for your kit. So without further ado, let's get the party started. Here's a look at regular 550 paracord and FireCord. Now you can see the comparison. The FireCord has that huge red wick type filament in there. It still has the same 7 strands that you've come to know and love with regular 550 paracord. But as an illustration, let me move this away. This is what that inner strand looks like. Now, it's highly flammable. If you take your blade and you just run it across here real bit, kind of get those fibers tore up, and then you take a fire steel that's how quick it lights. Now we'll do some tests on this and how it's going to work if it's wet. So what I'll do is stick this in the bottle. Pardon the neighbor's dog next door. That's the problem with working at Fort Homestead here. So this is pretty wet, my hands. Let's see how this is going to work now. Let's fluff this up a little bit, get some of this fibrous material. And then the same thing with our ferro rod. So even after sticking it in a water bottle, getting it wet, still lit right up. Here's a look of the live fire in the sport model and the original. Now, the difference is just in size. The material's all the same. It's going to react the same way. The burn time they're claiming is 20 minutes on the sport, 30 minutes on the original. We'll be testing that out later. First thing I want to do though is show you up close and personal the live fire. So let's take this out. And this feels like a waxy cotton type material. It's folded over and it's just been soaked. And what the instructions tell you to do is to take a sharp object, or I'm going to use the striker of the ferro rod that came with the kit, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to fluff this stuff up, because from what I've seen and what folks have told me, this works better the more that you create some fluff in there just to expose that material. And you want to fluff it to where it's going to look like a cotton ball almost, just to get all that material exposed, so it's going to take a spark. So we'll get it out like that. We'll use our ferro rod that came with the kit, stick it down in the container. Now you can control this flame obviously by moving the lid in and out. And what I like about this is you could transport this. So if I have my tinder bundle over here for my fire, I can move it over and start my fire, get it going, shut this off, save it for another day. So if you need a bigger flame, obviously you could open this all the way up. But I'm going to close it for now, and we'll be testing it out on a burn test next. We're going to get this burn test started. Now, to facilitate this, I'm going to use a lighter just to get it going so we can get this test started. That started up, I mean, really quick. And let me get this one going here. And we'll start the timer. We are coming up on the 15-minute mark, and these are still burning strong. I'm really impressed, and I'm not very easily impressed. If you look at the small one, it's not even burned through halfway of the material, and that had a 20-minute burn time. So that's impressive. The large still has almost 2/3 of its wick. So with that, I just know that this is going to burn for the allotted time. So I'm not even going to waste your time on that. This is a done deal. I guarantee that this is going to burn over 20 minutes, and this will burn over 30 minutes. It's just keeps going and going and going. I'm impressed with this. Let's do a little bit of water test. Let's pretend fell in a creek, did whatever, and for somehow we got some moisture in here with our live fire. Let's see how this is going to work. Let me dump this out, and let me see if we can't get some of the water out of there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm really going to scrape this material to fluff it up. We got to get those fibers exposed, because being damp, that's the only way this is even going to ignite. All right, let's give it the old Navy try. I'm going to use my lighter on this. It wants to. It's trying like hell, but I don't know. This is why we test this stuff out, folks. Get these fibers exposed here. You can hear the water just burning off it. Well, real world, if it's wet, you might have an issue with that. Now for some final thoughts on these two products, on the live fire and the FireCord. Let's start with the FireCord first. I'm a big fan of paracord. I love doing paracord bracelets, fobs, zipper pulls, all that stuff. This will do that, and the good thing about it is now you have an urban capability and a wilderness capability. So if this is on zipper pulls, it's in your shoelaces, now you got capability wherever you go. So that's what's cool about that. I really like that strand in there with the 7 other paracord strands. You can pull that out of there, and you still have functional paracord. It got wet and damp. I just scraped it, fluffed it really good. This lit really nice. Awesome piece of kit to have. The live fire, it's small, it's compact. We did the burn test on the sport model and on the original. I stopped it at about 16 minutes because I just, at that point, when it didn't even burn half of the sport and a third of the original, you just know that it's going to go to the distance. It's not a problem. Where it was a little lacking is when I just doused it with water and then I scraped it. It had a rough time with that. So, you know, I got to keep it real on the channel. What I would do with this is keep it in a Ziploc bag, or better yet, get you some lock sacks, put together a good fire kit, and then you're good to go. You know it's going to work. It's going to stay dry. If you're not like me, living in SoCal where we haven't had rain for probably 300 days, if you're out in the rain hunting, fishing, camping, ice fishing in the winter, or you just sweat a lot, you're down in Florida, it's humid, yeah, keep it in that lock sack. But I was really impressed with what it can do, but like anything, it has its limitations and you have to know those limitations. Now, I have some good stuff to share with you. And the folks at Day One Gear didn't put me up to this. They sent me a ton of stuff. And what I like to do is give back to the community. I want to share stuff with you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a giveaway, and we're going to have 2 people win this giveaway. First prize in the giveaway is going to be this Ring of Fire. Now this comes with a Light My Fire ferro rod, the live fire, and the FireCord. Complete kit right there. You're good to go. That's going to be first place. Second place is going to be 50 feet of the FireCord, and I'm going to give you a dual set of live fire, the original size. So you can make up a ton of kits just with first place, second place. So I was trying to think how we were going to do this. And I want to give back to Day One for helping me out, supplying some products so I can show some really cool content to you folks. So we're going to make it super simple. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Hey, if you want to subscribe, that's cool, but I'm not going to put a gun to your head and make you do that. Hopefully the content is high enough and you like that content to where you want to subscribe, but I've never been one where, hey, you got to do this and do this. Rock, paper, scissors, and pat your head. Bull crap. What I'm going to do is this. Make it super simple. Comment down below how you would use the product, and what I'll do is I'll pick the 2 winners on the 29th of September, and also you need to do is go over to Day One's Facebook page. I'll leave a link in the video description below to make it super simple for you. Like their page and just say, hey, Wingman sent me. That's all you got to do. Go to their page, like their page, hey, Wingman sent me. Make a comment down below on how you would use the product. I'm going to pick 2 winners with a random comment picker, generator, whatever they call it, I don't know. But it picks comments, and on the 29th, I'll pick a first place and second place winner. We'll get them in the mail. We'll get them out to you. And that's it in a nutshell. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's super hard to film like when you're at home in the backyard, but with fire season, you know, I got to do the responsible thing. So with that said, this is John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for watching. And hey, I'll see you on the next video. Take care, folks.